You're reminding me of another thing as well. There was one of the first camps I went for. There was this guy named Edwin, small guy, super sweet. Okay, he had come from Sharjah, and we played this activity called Tank and Commando, where you're supposed to synchronize with your team. One's blindfolded, you're supposed to shout commands. And he was playing that activity, and he was very disinterested. He was just joking around, breaking the rules. Sweet guy, but he's a kid nonetheless. Energy, breaking the rules, etc., etc. And then we move to our next activity, which is called river crossing, right? And that is where basically you walk across a rope that is very, very high off the ground. Yeah, of course you have safety, everything, but somehow being in that position, because that's not something that most humans are familiar with, it really reworks your mind.
Yeah.
So this guy was watching everyone else do it, and he was commenting like, "Oh, it's easy, blah 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 blah. I'll do it." The second this guy stepped on the rope, his whole face changed. He started shaking, but he pushed through it like a champ. He pushed through it. Everyone was supporting him. Everyone was super nice. He comes off the other side, comes back to this side where we're hooking everyone up. Another kid goes on, and these other kids are saying, "Oh, bro, what if you fall?" Joking. Then this guy looked at them and said, "No, don't do that. You don't know what it's like until you experience it. Let's support."
Yeah.
That one experience changes you. It's so humbling, dude. And it stays with you. He stayed like that, I'm sure, from then till now, even in the past 2 years, because those experiences really, really change you.
Yeah, that's something I like about these experiences, and you get in camps or just doing uncomfortable things. It the way it humbles you, but it also helps you grow at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like when I started Muay Thai, just as a hobby, my initial reason of why I wanted to do it was I wanted to know I can protect myself. I wanted to know I can exert deadly force if needed, and I'm capable of just fighting. And so I went to Thailand. I did my training. I was humbled. I was humbled by all the trainers, and yeah, like every image that I had built up in my mind that, oh, I just need to train a little like this and then I'm as good as a fighter. We often hear people tell you can fight in the ring but you can't fight on the streets. But most of them don't even know what they're talking about, because the disillusion people have of where the actual skill level is
What they
and
think
what they
they
actually
are.
think on their mind is huge.
Huge, yeah.
So I had that about myself. I just thought, like, I just need to train a little bit like this and then I'm as good.
I'm sorted.
Yeah. And then I came back to Bangalore, and again, unless you have sparred or in this case been tested, you don't have a humble pie then. So every time I would go outside, before Thailand, I was always like looking around and seeing, can I handle myself, or if someone was like staring or for whatever reason,
Yeah.
just seeing, like in my head I was thinking, okay, can I beat them, or I can beat them, and all those things. That's just me. That was how I was thinking. And after coming back from Thailand, I know I can do that. But I also have gained a healthy respect for, people who really do it to a whole different level.
Yeah.
And
To compete.
yeah, to compete, they are doing it for real, like for really valid reasons, or maybe not valid reasons, but just
It's their bread and
yeah,
butter.
it's a bread and butter. For me, it's a hobby, which is fine. Go
That's
pursue a
super
hobby.
humbling. Yeah.
Go pursue a hobby, but don't think of yourself as better than anyone or
Yeah.
capable. Because if a thing goes on the street, would someone be able to hit me? 100%. There's no rules on the street. Would I be able to hit someone? 100%. But the lesson I learned in sparring is, each thing has its consequences also.
Yeah,
So
that's so true.
when you bring those things to real life, they have consequences. And that's why the number one rule of, any martial arts thing is respect.
Mm.
And you almost see all fighters never engage in a street fight.
You're so right.
And that's the humbling that I needed in my particular, my journey. I needed to be humbled and know that I'm not the biggest dog in the yard.
It's kind of the humbling that McGregor received as well.
Yeah.
He went for a street fight and he got humble.
It is.
What you said about martial arts is so true, because I train karate as well. And Kyokushin, they teach us a lot of self-defense as well. But the thing they always teach us, your most important weapon is your mouth. Speak, talk right, respect the other person, de-escalate the situation. More important than anything is de-escalate, because other person's a human being. You have to respect, and there's something powerful that comes through that, through humility.
Come to think of it, even in scripture, God doesn't ask us to fight sin. He asks us to flee from it.
Oh wow, that's so
To go and go to Him for strength, not rely on our own strength, not lean on our own understanding. That's what it is. You are humbled. You know you have strength when you're with God, but don't think that you're
not the source of
you're not the source of strength. Yeah, I think that is just it's a simpler way to live. No one's trying to prove anything. No one is trying to, even if you lose, you don't take it upon yourself.
Yeah. You feel a healthy amount of
exactly,
not shame, but feel disappointed.
Yeah, like even in Thailand, like if I lost a sparring match or something, I didn't really take it on myself.
I'm sure you felt something, but it wasn't.
But it was like, okay, I guess this is a lesson that I learned and I take with me through the next thing. If all I did was feel so bad and beat myself up about it, I wouldn't have, trained the other days. So, when life hits you down, you get back up and, just rub it out.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
But like what you just said, it reminded me of something as well. Like to go with that same flow. When you're in the environment and you see a tree fall, like you said, you're using what happens. Like, you're being molded by what's happening and you're not being prideful about it. You're humbling yourself and you're accepting what has happened. Even with a fight, when you lose, you've not lost. You've gained experience, which is more valuable than anything else. I'm sure any fighter you've talked to, I've talked to, anyone, even Nitin that I've talked to, he says you learn more from your losses than you do from your victories.
100%. And, again, for me personally, in my quiet time, my devotion, this verse, has so much weight. Like, take it with, rather Peter.
Consider it pure joy, brothers and sisters.
Consider pure joy, to endure those trials.
Yeah.
Because, those trials are going to push you to a higher level. Yeah. Unless you've tasted loss, you aren't going to taste how sweet victory is.
Man, if you think about it, that's very Christ-like. In a way, Christ tasted defeat. I know not actual defeat, but he tasted death to give everyone victory.
Yeah. You can't have light without darkness. So, it's...
Where did you hear that one from?
Yeah, I love anime. I think anime is such a beautiful...
That's how we bonded.
Yeah.
Actually, we bonded first on our way to a camp and in a camp. And what bonded us was anime. Like that reel I sent you.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I think...
You didn't see my reel, did you?
No, I think anime is... I would advocate for some of the good anime.
Yeah.
Which is Naruto.
100%.
Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z to some extent. But mainly in like Naruto, I think the lessons about life, how encouraging it is. Yeah.
Because it's life, it's not a fantasy.
It is based on life.
It's life. you're dealing with real situations. Like there was this post I came across recently, some psychologist journal, it's Instagram knowledge, but
I love
I trust
Instagram
it
knowledge.
like I do everything else on Instagram, because we all know Instagram is nothing but truth. But yeah, so they were talking about how the anime generation, millennial generation, grew up on anime. I don't know if it's millennial, yeah, probably millennials. But they're more resilient.
Oh yeah, I saw that post. I liked it also.
You better.
I liked it in the message.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, but what do you say?
I'll check after this.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second.
Oh, are you checking?
What? No. I will be checking it now in the middle of a podcast.
I think there's this. Have you seen the penguin?
Oh, I haven't checked any of yours. Yeah, wait, I'll just read this post for you, yeah? Yeah. Okay, let's silence this. Yeah. A child psychologist notices a pattern. Teens who grew up on anime handle stress better than their parents. Crazy. So, number 1, fairy tales teach avoidance, which is most cartoons. Anime teaches overcoming, which is something we see in Naruto quite a lot. He's never in a fairy tale. That guy was an orphan, right? He had more adversity than anyone else. Shadow integration instead of destroying evil. That's something that we've been talking about a lot, I think, and that fits with the flow of what we've been going with. Shadow integration is basically everyone has a shadow. It's a psychology. It's a term in psychology that my mom has talked about a lot. Your shadow self, the side of you that is inside that you don't listen to, and in fact, sometimes it could manifest as your anxiety, as anything else. That is your shadow self trying to notify you of something. Yeah, but most of us, when we hear that anxiety, what is your go-to? Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram. Many people
So
have
true.
other vices, No vice is greater than the other or lesser than the other, whether you're a smoker, Instagram, or you procrastinate, whatever.
Yeah.
But you deal with it in very unharmful ways. What shadow integration is listening to that, acknowledging the threat, because nothing in your body is designed by accident. Everything in your body is designed to alarm you, alert you, notify you of a threat, right? And so even when you're fighting, if someone kicks you in your stomach, you're not going to go, no, that didn't really happen. No, your stomach is hurt. It's notifying you of a threat. You're going to pay attention. You're going to say, okay, I need to ice it. I need to do X, Y, Z. I need to take it easy, rest for the next couple of days. So shadow integration, which is what Naruto teaches. He has Kurama inside of him, right? And instead of shadowing, instead of bottling up Kurama, like Gaara does, with the sand beast, I forgot his name. Shikaku, yeah, like Gaara does with Shikaku, where you bottle up and then eventually that takes over you. It overpowers you and you start becoming like it, right? But if you look at the Naruto character, right, he has this beast inside of him and he chooses to be integrated with it. He chooses to dialogue with it, to hear what it's telling him, to partner with it. And eventually, they form one, right? Wow. I mean, anime that way is so deep. What Naruto's trying to teach us is stop trying to run away from your problems. And not asking you to be a macho man. Don't be some tough guy and be like, oh, Naruto doesn't go and beat up Kurama. He doesn't do that. He befriends it. He befriends Kurama and he understands what Kurama is actually trying to say. And that power flows into Sasuke then. Right? He teaches Sasuke how to befriend his own, trauma and how to turn it into something positive.
That's true. Have you seen the post about that penguin? There's this. So basically, there's this researcher.
Wait, you're serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Okay.
It's going super viral right now. There's this researcher in Antarctica who's like studying penguins and stuff, and he noticed there's this one penguin that was standing in the middle, while others were standing at the edge of the cliffs to hunt. And the others that were staying like near the caves or something. And there's this one penguin probably lost its mate, but every time he saw, this penguin was heading alone towards a mountain, and it's shot so beautifully. And it's this, just like think of Antarctica, this big thing, and then this small penguin, probably like as shorter than our knees, walking towards that mountain. And it's got people thinking so much about like life.
Wow.
I think you would have also, probably you might have seen that, what is that fish? There's that fish with the...
Anglerfish?
Yeah, anglerfish. Yes. The anglerfish swimming up to the ocean. You never see them swimming up to.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you never see them swimming up.
Yeah, they're not designed for that. But like,
Yeah, and what people have derived from these two things are like that anglerfish wanted to just experience what a sun was, and that penguin wanted to probably experience what it was to
climb that mountain.
climb that mountain. Yeah, and so for both of these creatures, it's the journey that makes it so special, and whenever they reach that destination, that is just like a cherry, like a cherry on the top. But the whole substance
journey.
of them being there, being on that path, is so cool.
Yeah.
Like people were commenting, like the human in me relates to the human in that penguin and that fish.
That's so interesting, man.
And then people can go on and on about like life and stuff. Man, I wish I had my phone. There's some really good comments.
You want to find it?
Yeah, just see the reel which I sent you.
Send me a reel about a penguin. Oh yeah.
Same way that I understand this anglerfish. And I don't know if it's because I see the human in them or if it is just something about the spirit of being alive. But hearing a German
Spirit of
man
being
say,
alive.
I saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony,
He'd still go.
he would immediately head right back for the mountains.
when a clip like this captures the entire world's attention, it is worth thinking on it just a little bit longer, even if your interpretation of it is wrong. Even if it only means something to you.
Someone commented,
When I first
is
saw
there
this
a
video
human
when I
in
was
them or
driving
an
on
animal
ice
in us?
fishing, freezing temperatures, insane wind, pretty much no reason to be there beyond doing something fun, doing something hard, the joy of adventure, just freezing in the mountains. But what I'm not sure of when I see these two is if what I'm seeing is the humanity in this penguin, humanity in this anglerfish, or if it is something about them that I see in myself. If your goal is the mountains, if your goal is
It's pretty
Yes,
crazy,
dude.
right? That anglerfish was washed up on shore,
Yeah.
and
But it saw one heck of a sun before
it saw the best sunrise of its life, and the penguin saw the best view of its life.
The penguin might have made it back.
I mean,
It's the
never.
journey.
Yeah. It's the journey.
It's like Kamsat, bro. Like when Kamsat was sick,
Mm.
people didn't want him to train. Guy's a monster. Something in him just like, nah, not happening. I don't care. You might function by those rules, but I don't. I'm Kamsat. Bye-bye. I come train. Finish. That resilience is just ridiculous, man.
I feel all people have that in us.
We all do. It's just that we keep it locked up, and now society is trying to program us to think more and more that it's meant to be locked up. Or they're trying to villainize that type of behavior.
Yeah.
But in reality, that's good for you. Like, I'm sure you've heard of Andrew Huberman,
Yeah.
right? Like, there's an episode where he talks about like resilience and how it builds up willpower. And he says that, the area of your brain, the more you practice saying no to doing things that you want to do, and the more you practice saying yes to things that you don't want to do, that area gets bigger, and that area is directly tied into willpower. Willpower is what? Your need to survive, to thrive, to overcome any situation, no matter what, to enjoy life. You're not going to enjoy life if you don't have willpower. It's just not possible. And I mean enjoy, not have temporary happiness, but enjoy life. There is definitely power in that.
Yeah, it's like willpower plus resilience equals quality life.
Ding, ding, ding. We cracked it.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Oh no.
Which is one place you'd love to go camping, or you have gone camping?
Anywhere with northern lights, I feel. I know that's such a cliche answer, but I feel like we were talking about humbling effect, right? Like northern lights are so much more beautiful than just pretty lights. It's the effect of the sun, essentially, mingling with earth. That somehow just makes your mind look so much deeper. That something from the sun is coming all the way here and it's producing this beautiful little spectrum for us. I'd like to go somewhere like that. Somewhere cold for sure. I don't have any specific place in mind, but there is one place I've visited, which is Pangong Lake, North India.
Okay.
It's lovely. It's where they shot 3 Idiots.
Okay.
I definitely love to go camping there. Definitely. It's snowy, there's a big lake, and the lake is so clear that you can see the reflection of the stars, and the stars are so plentiful. Oh man, beautiful place. What about you?
Oh, didn't really think of an answer. I think my favorite camp would be the next place I go to.
Your favorite camp would be the next place you go to.
Yeah. What was the last one I've gone to? It'll always keep getting better. Each camp is memorable.
That's so true.
Do you think Bangalore offers places, or at least people in Bangalore have a lot of opportunities to go for camps?
Yeah. I mean, not camps, but we can go trekking.
Okay.
There are campsites, but I feel like it's not as accessible as in the West. Like in the US, even if it's just both of us as buddies, which is like, oh, we have this national park. Let's take a tent, let's go. Nothing. You don't need anything more than that. Here, there's nowhere where you can do that.
So
You
is it
can't just
because of licensing? Like you need permission
Yeah.
to go to these places?
And even then, like the campsites that they have in the West, right? Those are secure national parks. You have park rangers, you have like outposts, you have people who are there to take care of you. And even the resources there, the infrastructure that's in place. If you need help, someone can come and get you. You have medivacs. You have like heli-vacs, you have like helicopters that can come and pick you up. In India, we don't have any of that, right? If something happens to you, you're most likely gone. Not that accidents don't happen in the West. I'm not glorifying that. There are plenty of places in the West that are also untouched and that don't have that type of outreach. But in terms of a comparison, India doesn't have that culture. If you want to go for a camp in India, you have to wait for your church to organize it or your temple to organize it, or your mosque to organize it. Most likely it's religious camps. Or you have to wait for your school to organize it, right? But you can't just take, oh, Benji, let's go.
So it's tough for a person to just plan a camp without having much experience?
It's just, you can't. As an individual, it's just not, the best you're going to get is like, okay, let's go to Banarghata Jungle Lodge. And that's not camping, right? The type of camping that we're talking about or that I yearn for is, let's pack that tent behind you. Let's take some like meat in a cooler. Let's just go trek out into a place that we know is safe, but also still wilderness. And let's pitch our tent there. Let's go and explore. That you can't do it here. It's just not possible. Maybe if you have private land, sure. But even then, it's just like, there's no regulation in place. There's no specific place set apart for these things. And all the natural reserves that we have here, you're not allowed to camp. It's hazardous for the animals. It's hazardous for you. In the US, that's what they're meant for. So it's very, very different.
That's interesting.
I'm grateful at least that in Bangalore we have so many treks around us. So many treks. And so many campsites. We have campsites. So you still get the experience. It's just not the same. But I'm still grateful for what we do have here.
Like the kids you take for these camps from these schools, do you see an interest in there towards camping?
Yeah, I think definitely.
You think it's growing slowly in Bangalore?
The growth completely depends on exposure and how much control you give camping organizations.
How do parents view camping?
My gut feeling is that parents would really be into it if their children got to experience it. And if there was more regulation in place, if there was more advertisement being done for it. Because when I went to school, I went to Legacy. And there we've gone for camps. We've gone to Ramnagara and all. Those are also some of the best experiences I've had in my life. Like rock climbing, chimney climbing, where it's so rugged that your shirts get torn and you get scratches on you. Like that's, oh man, what an experience. I love those experiences. And my mom loved it because she saw how in love with nature we were when we got back. If you take a child and if you lock a child in a room and it's just a white room and you lock that child in with books about chess and the game of chess, that child is going to become a grandmaster, most likely. And there's an experiment already been done with that. Like there are two twins in the chess world who are both grandmasters, and their parents, they didn't force them into a room. Basically, they designed their house, their environment to have a lot of chess. So where a child might normally have like their normal games, there's chess. Instead of a TV, okay, fine, there's chess books. And they're really famous actually. I forgot what their name is. They're the something twins, and they grew up playing chess out of their own volition. But they grew up playing it, learned the language, and now they're both grandmasters.
I wonder if the tiles in the house are black and white.
The fridge is just a giant king.
Yeah.
You open it. But the environment matters a lot, man. So like if you take a child and if you take a whole classroom out camping, my gut feeling, all the kids are gonna love it and they're gonna want to go camping more. That's how the bug started for me. All of the people that I know, they're ready to go camping. But if you keep a child isolated from nature, they're gonna turn out to be the type of children that are just like, oh no, that's too dirty, that's too like, I don't want to do that. And it's not their fault. It's not that they're not resilient or anything like that. They've not been exposed to it. Yeah, they've not been given the opportunity. Whether that's, I'm not going to say that's the fault of the parents, because even parents don't have it that easy, to go and search for a place. How can they just send their kids individually? In the US, again, like we're talking about the West, and I'm sure in other countries, even Australia, it's like that. But if a parent wants to take their child to experience nature, pack a bag, let's load up the van, let's go.
Come to think of it, I think when an environment is controlled, it restricts creativity.
Oh, true.
Like remember when we were kids, when we used to play football or cricket on the road, we would imagine, we could make do with whatever was given to us. And, the world was, our canvas. But as you see, nowadays everything is made for a specific reason.
Oh, that's so true.
Like people aren't ready, like people do not want to play football on the street. They want to only play on the turf. No one wants to play barefoot. And it's so interesting to see how things change, Before, when you played football on the street, you could play with anyone could come and join you. But now when you play football, you already know who you're playing with, the group of friends, where you're going to play, how soft the turf is going to be. You have goalposts, all those things. And I think, there are pros and cons, of course.
But I think that forms bubbles, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because you end up being with the same like socioeconomic rung of people.
Exactly.
You don't get exposed. When I used to play cricket, like you said, every different type of like people came to play with us. It opened up boundaries and it was less restricting. You're meeting different people. There's diversity, there's interaction, there's stimulation. But nowadays, everything is becoming so restricted. I think it's becoming even more necessary to have camps, to have things like that, and with different people.
Yeah. There's this basketball player, his name is Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
And he spoke about, he is one of the best dribblers of all time. And he spoke about, something about creativity. You're only limited by your creativity. And essentially, like when you're given an environment, you're given a chance to be creative. Do you take that opportunity?
That's so true. That's so true.
Like creativity is dying nowadays.
It is, man.
Everything has to be controlled, manufactured.
Yeah. Even our education system, like that's one reason why I love what we do here and why I also want to pursue being a teacher to kind of change it from the inside. But if you look at the way our education is structured, you study a certain book, there are specific answers, you write those answers. When I went to school, I went to Legacy. That was a beautiful school because they were very much interested in our own opinion and the way we wrote things out, the way we applied our knowledge. That for me is true education. The other education is where you're trying to manufacture something like a factory, right? You're trying to say, I want this product. I want it to be made in this way. These are the answers. Every child, it's like you take a sieve, when you're baking cake and you say only these size has to fall through here. And the ones that don't, I'm going to beat you until you fall into that shape. And that's kind of the way we treat children nowadays. Every child is so unique, and they're all capable of creating such great change, man. There's a problem that exists in the world right now that's waiting for this kid who's in Bangalore somewhere to come and solve it. But how is that kid going to get from here to here if we're cutting him or her down before they reach there? Right? True. Because we're passing them through that sieve and we're forcing them through it. It's not even like, the remaining pieces, let's put them into program B. It's, we're going to break you down till you fit this structure. Right? We're taking everything special from you. So we need to diversify. We need to introduce more of experiential learning, more of like curated curriculums for specific children, or even open. There's this school that I saw on Instagram where they use AI and they don't have assessments. They have projects that they pick to do, and they pick projects on the craziest things. It's so innovative, it's so fresh, It's amazing. They pick their own topics, they do their own research, and they like launch companies. They have like little experiments where they build businesses in their school, and they have like a whole like system where they pay for it. They get blah blah blah, and they're not rewarded by marks. They're rewarded by like currency. You know, based
Teaches
on how
you
well their
life.
business. Yeah, they're learning life, and they're learning life in their own unique way.
Yeah.
Right? The way I see it, the more supportive we are of the uniqueness in our children, the better chances society has of thriving in the future.
Yes.
Otherwise, all we're doing is just indoctrinating kids. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to give them freedom. Safe freedom.
I feel we are losing that childlike nature that
Yeah.
all of us have. Never lose that child.
Yeah, keep in touch with that child. And like there are so many people I know, like even you know from church, who like some of the guys are absolute goofballs, man. They're goofballs, even the women for that matter. They're like absolute goofballs, but they have that switch in them, you know, that maturity and that control, that it's something so beautiful. They have that curiosity and that spark and that lovely childlike nature, but they're so like composed, so responsible. It's lovely balance.
Yeah, I think, when you're childlike, you have nothing to lose. You have no fear. And you're always ready to learn.
Ready to learn. That's so true. Hope we can get back to that place as a society, which I think is slowly happening. Slowly happening. Maybe the solution is
Parable of the plank.
send 2-3 at Dagestan, forget. Yeah, but thanks so much for joining us, dude. I mean, this has been fun. It's been really fun learning from you, hearing from you. I hope you had fun.
Thank you so much. This is my first podcast or talking in front of
Being
the camera.
in front of a camera.
And so like it was something which was challenging for me, you know.
Yeah.
But I hope I helped you guys in whatever way, and you know, thank you Pratha for being behind the scenes. And just thank you like for allowing me to be on this podcast. Thank you for calling me yesterday and just not giving in to my excuses. I think the final thing I would say is, who's going to carry the boats?
And logs.
Good, 22.
Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
That's you, buddy. Come on, 23. Come on, 24. One more, David.
Who's
One more.
gonna carry the boats?
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You did it. Yeah.